calling me at 3:04, but you're just mad because you can't afford it, you can't get it, and you can't make money off it.
Treat a 304 like a 304.
They do not care if you're a hoe or not. They have enough money where your social credit is not a form of currency to them.
You're supposed to operate with a man to see the urgency he has for you.
Because when a man actually likes a woman, he finds a way. He doesn't just talk, he actually invests.
That's why I always go 50-50 on a date.
They should engage in a dynamic where women become trophies and men are wallets, and dating is basically a transactional market. And
they are becoming financially celibate, meaning that they're not going to be spending any money on women until marriage. Prepare to be more lonely and more single. A video about the fellas saying that they are becoming financially celibate, meaning that they're not going to be spending any money on women until marriage. This includes dates, honey. They ain't going on no dates that require them to spend money. And a lot of these men have been stitching me in videos, going off on me, calling me out my name, making lives talking about me, and all this kind of stuff. They just going off the rails. Let me tell y'all something. If y'all think that stuff y'all talking about is going to work, prepare to be more lonely and more single. Y'all try to say, oh, well, there's no male loneliness epidemic. When I go out here, these men look pretty lonely to me. They look like they ain't had attention from a woman in a long time. Like, that's the way a lot of y'all be moving. Like, so this whole thing of y'all getting back at women by saying, well, since y'all say y'all want to wait until marriage to sleep with us and y'all celibate, we just ain't gonna spend our money, you know, into marriage. But this is the thing about it.
You heard what you just said? You're not doing it until marriage, which that's what you should do. I commend you for it. But men know you're lying. So we say we're not spending money till marriage. So who were you giving it to? You're giving it to somebody. Be honest.
Comparing money up against intimacy.
Crazy.
Like I told y'all in my last video, intimacy is spiritual. When you sit up and you lay down with a person and you sleep with a person, you're creating something called a soul tie. And through that soul tie and you bonding with that person spiritually by sleeping with them, you don't know what demons of theirs you're picking up, and they don't know which of yours you're picking up. So when I hear y'all fellas say, well, we're going to be financially celibate, why don't y'all consider just waiting until marriage like a lot of the other women are doing? That's what y'all won't do. Y'all won't sit down and say, okay, I'm not going to sleep with a woman until marriage. But you'll sit up and take away finances, which is really not helping anything.
We know, Flat Curse.
It's not benefiting you emotionally, physically, spiritually, or mentally to pull from finances, but it's benefiting us mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually to say we want to wait until marriage to lay down with a man. Y'all always tell us that, oh, we need to pick better, we need to choose better. But when we start making better decisions for us and our outcome, y'all get upset because that means you can no longer use us, you can no longer manipulate us, and you can't have your way to get what you want. So a lot of y'all mad and upset with me talking about, oh, you know, we gonna start doing this, honey. Y'all can start doing this. Only thing y'all are going to see is more and more quality women and headstrong women who got their head on straight now. Not these desperate women or these male-centered women. Real quality women are not gonna want to deal with men like that. And just because a woman has money and she has a career, a nice house, that does not make her a quality woman. Because you have a lot of women out here that have their stuff in order, but they are desperate. They're desperate to have a man. When you get to the point where you fall into desperation, that takes away from your quality and your value as a woman when you're desperate to have a man. So y'all go ahead. Like I said, a lot of quality women, a lot of these women that y'all dream and desire to have, they're just not going to want to talk to you even more.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
You're going to be left out there with, honey, I don't want to say the bottom of the barrel, but you're going to be left out there with what's not really worth it. That's all I have to say.
She pretty much said, You, my man, are a walking wallet. And walk this way, right? Young men are being taken to the cleaners every day. White, black, Asian, no matter what color. They're being taken to the cleaners, right? Now, what you have to understand, there's some men out there that are spending $200, $300 on first dates, going on 4 dates with females and getting nothing but a handshake, a Coke and a smile. And say if you, for instance, which I doubt, you're not giving it up, right? Say that's the case. How many others can he trust? Right? How can a man know? You gave it to somebody, or you're going to give it to somebody. If somebody floats your boat, he already knows it's going down. And guys have to be careful. When a guy says, I'm not spending it till marriage, I'll tell you why he's saying that. Watch this.
You're making in life.
It's gotta be toxic girls, bro.
Toxic girls?
Yeah.
Why you say that?
I spent a quick 2 bands on them first week. That's
2
it.
bands, bro. You know, or you just met?
On a girl I just met.
Just met?
Yeah.
Just met is crazy.
That was it. That was it. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Wait.
But
What made you spend $2,000 on a girl
I
you
thought
just
I was
met?
in love. I thought I was in love, for real.
Yeah.
She was the one, but
Yeah.
it really wasn't. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, what made her the one that you thought?
Man, she matched my energy. Like, low key, she could talk. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. Like, it's all that. So it's like we were clicking. We were all clicking, you know?
Do you feel like she put up a facade when she first met you?
100%, bro. After the first week, done. That's it. Yeah. New face, new personality.
So what did you buy her that was like $2,000?
I don't want to speak on that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to.
Like a Chanel bag or something?
No.
It was a materialistic item though?
Materialistic for sure, yeah. 100%,
Damn.
yeah. But,
And then once you bought it for her, was she happy?
she was like very like service level. She's like, oh, thank you so much. Like,
That's it?
Yeah.
And then how'd that make you feel inside?
I mean, truly, I'm not gonna lie. Honest to myself,
Because you were expecting a different reaction, right?
I did expect a different one, but I was like, all right, you know what? Like, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Very low on myself, for sure. Yeah, 100%. But I think I should expect more, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it was bad. It was all bad. It's all bad.
And then what's your family say about that? Or you didn't tell them?
No, we didn't tell him, bro. We
No?
didn't tell him, yeah.
Or what the homies say? Or you didn't tell them?
The homies calling my ass for a good, like, 2 months. Yeah, 2 months, bro, 2 months. But it was bad, bro. It was bad, yeah.
Okay. So what have you learned from this situation proceeding forward?
Hey, don't spend a bag on a girl that you just met. I mean, take some time, you know, get to know her for sure. Like,
Yeah.
I say, like, after 3 months.
After 3 months?
After 3 months.
I would say 6 months.
6 months?
Yeah.
Even longer than
I'm
that.
not gonna lie. I'm not
you
gonna
gotta
lie.
see, you know, if she gonna stick around.
Yeah, you're right. And if she don't stick around, just drop her.
Move on to the next.
Drop it, exactly. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
simple.
You know, and what did this man say? That seems okay. 6 months. Get to know if she's really there for you. That makes sense, right? Then it's not until marriage, but at least until I know you. That should be the new thing. I'm not spending money until I know you.
I wrote a nearly 10,000 word Substack article on what I like to call the female red pill, or I guess the pink pill, where different creators or life coaches or dating coaches like the Wizard Liz or Shira7 convince women that they should trade their authorship for adornment, that they should engage in a dynamic where women become trophies and men are wallets and dating is basically a transactional market. And
Can't make this shit up.
despite women being convinced through these rhetorically appealing narratives that this is empowering, this is liberation, but it's not. It's a rhetorical script that eventually breeds suspicion in the opposite gender, and you constantly feel like you can't trust them, and it inevitably leads to a road of nihilism. And
This is why I always go 50-50 on a date. If a woman wants me to pay for the whole date, then she's not getting that in her day out. A relationship should not feel like I'm carrying somebody on my back as I'm walking. It should be, oh, I fell down, pick me up. Oh, you fell down, I'll pick you up. Both genders are victims of not being satisfied with their partner. For example, the Ayesha Curry situation where she's just not satisfied with who she got. Even though she got a star NBA player and she could just follow whatever dream she wants to. Or with women's perspective on things, with the man paying for stuff, what does that man have to lose if he just doesn't respect you? You don't pay for anything for him. Not saying no, but a lot of men who follow those ideals start to put their hands on women just because they feel like they can. Saying all that to say this, I want a woman who I can see as my equal, who knows I got money and she knows that she has money. And we are just building on top of each other to make a good foundation. Because that's what a relationship's all about.
And what you ladies have to understand, you created this. See, this man is used to independent boss queens. You ladies wore that, so now that's what men expect. You can't be out here just taking from a man. And that guy that spent the 2 G's. Ladies will look at him and go, and what do they automatically do? She put him in a category and said, oh, he's a trick. I put him with the tricks. What do they like to do with those guys? A lot of times, they like to penalize them, make them wait. They treat them like they got married. That's the thing. When you spend that bread, you get treated like you put on a ring. Crazy.
In favor of men being providers, that doesn't make women out to be objects or children. You know, like there's a whole, oh, you want her to give it to you for free? Like, yes, ideally, I wouldn't want to purchase it like it was an item. And then there's, oh, if you can't afford to date her, don't date her. You know, the way you shouldn't have children if you can't afford to raise children. And, when you bring these things up, you tend to get called broke as if they're not the ones asking for free things and to be supported financially. And, if they just owned up to it and were like, you know what, I want to be treated like an object, I want to be treated like a child, I would have nothing to say to them because you're an adult, you can choose how you want to be treated. But let's not act like this is typically how we treat adults with fully developed brains. Has anyone ever asked what these provider men get in return? Like, I'm not even trying to be funny right now, like genuinely, because I've heard people say, what do you mean? You get her? What? First of all, you're telling me I get her and she gets me and the money? That is not a deal, that is a robbery. But second of all, you don't get her. You sign a temporary lease at most. The thing is, even if you did get her, would it be worth it? No, because you're telling me as the provider man, you're supposed to love her more than you love your money. But her, as the consumer woman, love isn't enough. Like you have to support her financially. That's why they always be saying the man needs to love the woman more because he needs to love her enough to do something stupid like that. But I don't care how stupid you are, provider man.
Well, I got to pause him real quick. I'm going to let him finish later. What he's talking about this.
On you, he does not like you. And don't give me that, oh, I'm not materialistic excuse. He's just not materialistic with you. Because when a man actually likes a woman, he finds a way. He doesn't just talk, he actually invests in your time and your happiness. Watch how fast he opens his wallet for the next girl that he's obsessed with, and then that'll tell you everything. Stop pretending that his lack of effort is about you being too much or too needy. He's just not that into you, and that's his loss. A man invests in what he values. You don't have to ask. When he genuinely likes you, he wants to make your life easier. If he's comfortable watching you struggle, that's not a connection. That's convenience. He's just using you.
He's just using. See, what it is they expect it, right? You hear one after the other saying the same thing. And that's what messed the market up. But listen to what this man got to say.
A man give you money don't mean he like you. A man that have long, deep conversations with you don't mean he like you. A man that spend a lot of time with you don't mean he like you. A man that help take care of you in certain ways don't mean he like you. It means that you are a convenience for what he needs right now. Some men will give out money to keep you as a convenience. Some men will take you shopping. Some men will have certain conversations with you. Some men will make it seem like they care for you. But a lot of y'all women to men are just sex. Y'all be sex slaves and y'all just be there for sex. These men never gonna marry you in any way possible. Some men like to do certain stuff like that. And you know why? It's because it's easier to just give a woman money and gifts to make her feel like she's being loved, make her feel like she's being cared for, make her feel like however she want to feel so he can get the most nastiest sex out of you. Because that's all he after. Like, see, you got to understand, when a man really love you and care for you and want to be with you and want to have longevity with you, right? He don't have to spoil you in those type of ways. When somebody trying to spoil you with money and material things, they just using you. You're supposed to operate with a man to see the urgency he has for you. The urgency. So give him problems and see how he solve them just by communication. See the urgency that he has for you. The urgency that he has to fix your life. The urgency he has to make corrections about.
Now, you see what this man said? The urgency. This man is old school. I remember back in the days, ladies would shy away from a guy trying to blow bags. Nowadays, straight debauchery. But I'm going to let him finish because it's something I got to show y'all.
Himself. The urgency that he had, that he shows you the support that you need. The urgency to change the dynamic of your life. Somebody giving you money and material things, they just trying to have sex with you. You just really there for sex. I be trying to tell y'all, men are way smarter than what y'all think. Some men know how to play the ball game because most men know she wants some money. She wants some material thing. So if I get her this material things, it's easy for me to access her body. It's easy for me to have sex with her. It's easy for her to take her clothes off. It's easy because most women be transactional anyway. So it's easy for a man to do that. A lot of men play the game of giving you that money because it's easier to access you without putting up a big fight. But when you find a man that really loves you, he's a problem solver. A man that really loves you will teach you how to make the money. He will show you how to make the money. See, that's the difference. Somebody who's controlling you to access something about you, use money and material things. Somebody that love you and care, show you how to make the money. It's the urgency of a man to show you things to make your life better.
They don't want that. They don't want a man to show them nothing, right? You know what they're being taught on the internet? They're being taught, I gotta tell the truth, by past 304s, and no disrespect to this lady right here, right? But her name is House of Jezebella. Check out what she's saying.
Don't give a f about you being a hoe. They don't care at all. Men that care about a woman being pure usually are broke, and they're usually people pleasers because their form of credit has to be a form of social credit. Men that have money, I'm talking actual money, they don't care if you're a hoe or not. They do not care if you're a hoe or not. They have enough money where your social credit is not a form of currency to them. Only men that are average men care about social credit. Only men that are low achieving care about social credit.
And I got to pause her real quick because what I forgot to show, and this is connected to his video. Right. But he ain't about to waste all my time and not give me money. You know what he said? This is his name, Neon Ayokso. So basically, you sell it. These girls are selling it. And what is this girl talking about right now? Exactly that.
Of other people. And this is coming from a woman that was a stripper for 4 years. Okay? Men that actually have money do not give a about any of that stuff because they have enough money to afford to not care. Look at Jeff Bezos. Look at his first wife versus his second wife. Okay? McKinsey had to help him build Amazon when he didn't have anything. So he had to get the plain Jane wife that was going to be palatable to everybody because he did not have enough social currency and he didn't have enough financial currency to override his social currency. Okay? Now Jeff Bezos has the financial currency where the social currency does not matter. He doesn't give a f about all the Botox that Lauren has gotten. He doesn't care about the fake tits that Lauren has. He doesn't care about Lauren fitting the mold.
But you know what's funny? You're comparing Jeff Bezos. There's a lot of millionaire black men running around who don't want that. Like you can't, like they always do this. She threw the upper echelon of rich losers. I'll say that because any man that wants that, but let me finish, right? The regular men that are making the money that females want don't want that. How about that? How about you talk in reality, right? Of how men really feel. But let me let her finish.
Old of her looking like the homemaker in the plain Jane. He has money now to the point where he doesn't give a what you have to say about his woman. He has enough money to buy your opinion 1 billion times over and then some. Men that have money, they want to be guaranteed to have a good time. And they know that if they have an investment based off of social currency and social credit, based off of what other people think, they understand that they're not going to have as much fun because, come on, men that care about social credit, they always are going to marry women that they don't like. They're marrying a woman based off of the approval of other people. How that woman is going to make him look in the eyes of other people. Once men have a certain amount of money, they don't give a they don't care about anybody's opinion because they have enough money. Only broke men care if you're a hoe or not. I'm telling you, only broke men care about your past or not. They're broke, they have low self-esteem, and they're people pleasers.
So what about the guy that spent $2,000 on a female? How did he get treated?
Okay.
I'll let her finish.
I don't want to hear about no man asking about body count. I don't want to hear about no man asking about Instagram, bikini pictures, anything like that. Any of that purity culture bullshit. This essentially means that this man doesn't have enough money where he has to use social currency as a form of flattery for himself. And so he has to use a woman as a prop to be able to do that because he doesn't have the money and the high self-esteem to just simply not give a fuck, and for him to say, hey, I got enough money, I don't give a fuck what you got to say about the woman that I'm with. I don't care at all. That's the reason why a lot of these average men, they get so annoyed on how they can see celebrities deal with women that they perceive as bops. These men have enough money. Look at Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp has money. And even on his podcast, you couldn't tell Shannon Sharp nothing about his preference. You couldn't tell Shannon Sharp about what he liked. He didn't give a that Shannon Sharp has you money. You gotta say, this is what I like, this is what I'm going after, and this is what I'm paying for because this is what I want. I don't care if she's an OF model. I don't care how many ding-a-lings she done been on. I got money and I got enough money to get what I want and to not give a fuck about your opinion in the process. Because, bitch, I could buy you if I wanted to. Just saying.
Well, what's going around the internet is he did that for other reasons, but I don't want to get into that. But you guys see the problem. House of Jezebel, that's her name, right? She let it be known, and most of these females are about the same thing. Another sprinkle, sprinkle. Come get your tankle, tankle. Play with your dankle, dankle. Stop.
You're going to sit there paying for everything and just watch her just sit there and take it. And you're not going to start to hate her after a while. In my apartment complex, they've been putting up mad signs to remind people to pay rent. And it's like, ugh, don't remind me that I pay to live here. And if I got that same feeling when I looked at my girl as I do when I look at those signs, like you tell me that wouldn't be a problem. I don't know. I just like my money. And I like spending my money too. Don't get it twisted. Like there's this one month, 2 month span where I bought like over 200 vinyl records. And you tell me that's not like 3-4 bands I could spend on shorty I was dating at the time. But like it wouldn't kindle the same joy. You know, I guess a lot of y'all just more charitable than charitable, that word, like it's a charity case, but like I'm just saying it couldn't be me. Okay, I don't even spend money on my family like that. And I'm making this post because I stitched that video of that girl who was saying she was dating that broke guy, and I made my stitch before anyone else's, so it was like unique and better than everyone else's. But point is, I was seeing other people's stitches like today, and I'm like, these people are not passing the vibe check. For one, they were not questioning her nearly enough. But second of all, like I saw this one dude, he was like, man, you know, I'm working 2 jobs before my girl ever works 2 jobs. I'm stepping it up to make sure she blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, like, I just feel the patriarchy like coming out of his body when he said that. I'm like, man. Like, I feel like patriarchy got y'all in jail, man. I don't know what to do about it. Like,
you feel bad.
About another topic. A man calling a woman a 304 as an insult is not as insulting as they might think it is.
Mm.
You're calling me a 304, but you're just mad because you can't afford it, you can't get it, and you can't make
Can't
money off
afford it.
it in the way that I can.
No. I'm sorry, I had to pause it. Not you, Magilla the gorilla, saying you can't afford it. I got $40. I'm just saying. What is it worth? 40?
So save the fake judgment for someone who cares and mind your business.
Someone call a search party because these TikToks are lost in Delulu land.
Thank you.
I got 40.
Treat a 304 like a 304. You got guys
That's the
treating
game.
304s like quality women and the quality women like 304s.
That need to be said again and again with fierce conviction.
You can't do that, guys. It's destroying the ecosystem and it's creating this false sense of self-worth.
My man talking that pimp talk. Treat him like they're
inside of
preach
this 304 culture. A 304 was just a 304. Something to have fun with, knock down every now and then, vibe with, kick it with, send her on by the way, right? No matter how fine she is. At the end of the day, if she's displaying 304 traits, you got to call a spade, man, and treat her as such. And a prime example, man, when I say putting them on the same level. If a 304 asks you, hey, man, I want to go to Paris. Hey, baby, the best I can do, I can take you to Puerto Rico. Why would you take a 304 to Paris when you could take a woman of quality to Paris? You know, and I'm just giving an example. Like I say, bro, this ain't judging. It is what it is. Baby, do what you want to do. And another thing, fellas, never try to change no 304. You can't change it, man. It's in them. And that's a lot of guys' problem, too. You try to change these women, and they'll tell you these women make the best wives and the best girlfriend. Man, that's a lie. It still stands today. You can't turn no 304 into no housewife. And anybody who tell you that is probably a retired 304 or a sucker who gonna tell you that they make the best girlfriends and the best wives. Because people never change. They only hibernate their ways. Stop treating 304s like quality women and quality women like 304s. Know the difference. Treat a 304 like a 304 and nothing more.
Take note. And that's what's happening. And so a man would treat her like that. Like how the girl said you can't afford it. $40. That's what a guy's gonna say to her. That's why men are so cold nowadays, because they're cold. Because you have to be. But yeah, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Also, be sure to hype the video. I gotta start saying that in the beginning of the video. I have to start saying that more. I'm not saying it. So that's why you guys aren't subscribing. So yeah, also, okay, be sure to put the subscribe button all through the video. And I gotta say, subscribe, so you guys can subscribe. But yeah, other than that, thank you for watching. Peace out. See you next video.